mission is simple. They are preparing for a possible incursion into Niger to restore democracy. As someone who used to occupy that position, what do you think?
Well, I don't have any quarrel with the chiefs of defense staff of the various armed forces in the South region. They have been warned that they might be sent to Niger to operate, to remove the government, which are just taking power from office. So naturally, they should be preparing for that. But my quarrel is not with the military at this time. It's with the political authorities of our various countries. You know, we have been here before. I remember about 2010 or thereabout. Cote d'Ivoire had a similar problem, if you remember, if you're around and you remember. And President Mills was the president at the time, and I was his security advisor. And he called me when the chiefs of defense staff had met in Abuja to do a similar plan for the operation in Cote d'Ivoire. He asked my views on it, and he asked me actually to advise him as to what to do. I gave him a lesson for about 2 hours on warfare from Second World War through the China War, Korean War, all the wars that Americans have fought. And I asked him whether, apart from Second World War, the Americans have won any war. And I answered myself, no. They have been messy. We have many lessons to learn from that, and also from our own experiences. The Cote d'Ivoire one I just spoke about. You know, I had told him, look, you go to war only when it is necessary to go to war. You don't just get up and go and kill people for whatever reason. The other ways you can solve the problem, solve it. But war must be the last resort. That nothing can be done. And that has been my position all these years. Military history has taught me that this is the way to go. But whatever the provocation is, find a better and easier way to solve it. Rather than war is not going to be, it's going to be a very messy affair. In fact, the whole of our suburb will be on fire from what I learned from, you know, what is going on. Not only our, I mean, what about 3-4 countries who I say they're not involved in this attack. An attack on Niger is an attack on them, including Burkina Faso, who is our neighbor. Assuming that, you know, we go on to invade, and then also, they also counter-invade Boku or Wow, whatever it is. I mean, we are in a mess. You know, and there are many examples that we can go on and cite. I mean, as Putin today, if you would go to, if you were given another chance, you go to, you know, this country and attack the way it did about a year and a few months ago. It's been very messy. So we should learn a lot of lessons from this, and not just drop to conclusion, let's go and remove an unpopular government from power. You might end up killing as many people, you know, as you try to protect. Nigeria, as an example, in 1967, there was a problem in Nigeria. I believe the Nigerian president is aware. He may have been a little boy, but you see, our young man, but he might be aware. When Ojukwu and Gawan had a problem, they were young men. 33 was Gawan, and Ojukwu about 34 years. There was a coup in Nigeria. Tafawa Balewa had overthrown. There was anger, counter coup, and killing everywhere. So, you know, they were preparing to go to war. Ginankra then called them to Iburi to try and find an easier way, better way. Know that once you were military, you must love going to war to kill people. That's not the reason why we joined the military. And they couldn't solve the problem. They went back to Nigeria. Then Ojukwu declared Eastern Nigeria, Biafra, and tried to secede. They killed so many of their people. I don't think if you call Ojukwu is dead. And I was at his funeral in 2010. And Gawan wrote him a tribute, one of the best I've read. He called him his brother. These are our brothers. If you go and kill people from Burkina Faso, they are brothers across the border. You go and kill them for what? Because somebody had done something that is abominable. But you don't deal with the problem the way we want to deal with it. It will cause so much mess in our sub-region. So our leaders should think that they're not the military leaders. They are preparing for war. They are told we are subject to authority of the we are the democracy, a government of the people, by the people, for the people. One hour, if the people want to go to war, our president should go to parliament and let our representatives approve, because the power belongs to us, and we voted the president and the MPs to hold the power on our behalf. So they can't decide to go to war at any time they want to go to war and kill our people. They should go to parliament, let parliament and this MPP vote and say, yes, we approve. then of course I'll be okay with that.
Well, this is our defense minister speaking, and Dominic Nitiu was speaking, I guess, on behalf of, these are the thoughts of the government currently in Ghana. There's a quote: you did it in Liberia, you did it in Sierra Leone, you did it in the Gambia, you did it in Guinea-Bissau. Of course, to some extent, the world did it in Cote d'Ivoire. And I believe that after Niger, the world will see that West Africa is back to normal, and our people will be able to enjoy the life that they deserve. I urge you to continue to be loyal to your heads of state. I urge you to continue to be loyal to Ecowas directives, and to this effect, that the days that coup d'etats enjoy the support of our people are over. What do you say that the agenda is to send a strong message to those who are intent on overthrowing the constitutional order in military uniforms?
First of all, was the minister saying that Cote d'Ivoire, we went to Cote d'Ivoire? That's what he said. We didn't go. Once Ghana declined to go, one President said, the Wufi assent. This is what I told him. There are many problems we have today. And 10 years ago, or 12 years ago, so don't get involved in this messy affair. We didn't go. The French contingent in Cote d'Ivoire assisted those anti-Gbagbo forces and overthrew Gbagbo. We were not involved. But because the Americans have been involved in all kinds of wars, they didn't quote them. They were in Iraq. They were assisted in overthrowing Gaddafi. In Syria, they've been everywhere. And they've been mess over everywhere they have been. So don't think that these wars are just, just go to war. It's not that easy. First of all, if we are going to mobilize, we in Ghana today, the problems we have of poverty, of hunger, we can't be feed our people. So if you're going to mobilize and waste money to go to war, a war that you can tackle, the problem you can tackle without resorting to violence. Why do you have to use violence? Go and ask, General Gawan is not dead. He's alive. I know he's somewhere, whether in Nigeria or somewhere. Ask him whether if the clock was wind back, he was 33. Now he's 89, 90. Ask him whether you go to war and fight and kill fellow Nigerians. He will say emphatically no. So don't let us glorify. I believe myself, what is going on? Our people are terrified, our politicians are terrified that what happened, all over the place would happen to them. Therefore, they must protect their back. But from my experience, I don't glorify military takeover. I hate it. But if you don't run your government properly, not to soldiers alone, anybody will sort of violence. It's going all over the world, not only in Ghana. Been happening in Ghana. When 1979, the Royals got up, angered about the Chapu coup and whatnot. Look what he did. Then he came back 82, 35 December 81, 82. Was in prime military government for 11 years. Why didn't we bring Ecowas to come and push him out? Eventually, he bought a new constitution, metamorphosed into a similar president, and here we are. So I don't personally support violence, even though I would tend to use violence to solve a problem. That violence must be used at the last resort. This problem can be solved. Sit them down. Let's get people who can reason. I've been involved in diplomacy, in Nigeria and so on. It can be done. But don't let politicians think that, the war is a solution. Look, I am a student of military history. The mess that will be created in the sub-region, you can't believe it. If you mark it on the war, by this war, if you go ahead with it. The French are going to be there. Wagner Group of Russia are going to be there. Al-Qaeda are going to be there. ISIS, everybody is going to be there. And we in Ghana will be involved, whether we like it or not.
So you don't see this as, if ECOWAS does go in, your suggestion is that the effects will not be limited to Niger. It will spread.
The whole country will be on fire.
On fire?
Yes. I'm using a metaphor. I'm not saying we're going to pour petrol and burning, but I'm using a metaphor. That everybody will be fighting. Here we are in Ghana. We don't grow food, even though we live in some of the most prosperous areas in the world. We don't do anything. We import everything that we eat. Onions, we would not be having onions because we don't do anything here. Most of our food, we import them. So it's going to affect us. So what I'm saying is that if you can solve that problem by talking, by joining, do that and don't go to war. War must be the last thing we must do, not going to war. And see, I'm saying here that nobody goes to the army. I went to the army. Never been taught anywhere, whether in Ghana here, in Ghana Military Academy, at Sandhurst, in Canada, in India, in Russia, whatever I've been in America. Nobody has taught me how to do a coup d'etat. In fact, on the contrary, I taught to be loyal to the Justice Civilian Administration. The first time I landed in Britain when I was married to House of Commons, House of Lords, House of Commons, to listen to debate in army uniform, to tell us that the army is subordinate to the civil authorities. I accept that 100%, and I will not encourage anybody to change the coup d'etat. But when we get power, we should run our country in such a way that nobody would dream of a coup d'etat. If we don't do that, coup d'etat will happen. I mean, people will get angry. They will fight back. So the way to stop coup d'etat is not to any small thing. Go and fight, and kill people. If we don't stop, if we don't run the country properly, these things will happen.
And you're also suggesting that this is also a matter of preservation for people who are still elected presidents.
They're afraid that what is happening, that's happening in Guinea, happening in Mali, happening all over the place, so it will happen to the autonomous, president. But I'm saying that, you see, if we don't do things properly, we know in Ghana, many things are not being done properly, we know, but we don't want to talk about them. We keep quiet as if, they would disappear. They won't disappear. They won't disappear. So what I'm saying is that we are in a democracy. For example, if you want to go to war, you can't just go and make sure get going. Our people in parliament who represent us must vote and give you authority to go and fight. Spilling Ghanaian blood. And I'm saying that, is it worth spilling Ghanaian blood? Somebody will die. It will be, a gentle war that, it's going to be bloody. But do we want to go into that? Do we have to go into that? As we sit today, we are not having enough food to eat. Russia attacked Ukraine, and they are saying because of the war there, we are hungry. What nonsense is this? If in my time as a little boy, we never bought any food. Now nobody goes and nobody does anything. And that's going to kill us. That's what we should be looking at, not about going to fight a useless war which will not benefit us in any way.
Your position is clear, but as a military man of high rank, a retired military man of high rank, there are questions even about whether Ecowas is in the position to carry out what they are threatening. What do you think?
I don't think they can do it. Unless the French or some other people come support them. They can't do it. They cannot match. They're going to war. It's not going to be. You have to mobilize logistically, and you're hungry. Unless we play somebody's game for them and the back has given them money somewhere, we cannot do it. It cannot be. But you see, we should be careful not to be playing the tune of somebody. Before we know, we are serving the Ghana since Kwame Nkrumah got as independence. He had this policy of Ghana, Guinea, Mali, trying to mobilize Africans to be our own rulers and our own, everything. Then why they didn't like it? Because, this had been the problem all along. Got rid of Nkrumah. So whoever Gaddafi and so on, got rid of all of them. So we are being used to get rid of. We should be careful. Young man, I am 86, 87. If God helped me 3 more years, I'll be 90. I've had enough. A lot of you who are emerging, my children, my grandchildren, my grandchildren, we should sit down and think. Because by now I'll be gone. And Ghana will be there. But whether Ghana that will emerge is the Ghana you want to live in, it's up to you. But I'm saying to you, clearly, I didn't join the army to die a useless death. I joined the army to defend my country with all my might. For a right cause. Look, when I met when President Mills refused to go to join Ghana, take Ghana to join the war in Cote d'Ivoire. Two ambassadors, I called the ambassadors and talked to them in my capacity as advisor president. I said, we're not going to go to anywhere. We learn from your mistakes and we will not repeat them. Two of them called me privately and told me, General, you have advised the president the most sensible thing to do. I won't mention their names. Two of the ambassadors I called. They couldn't say it publicly. Don't let us go and do any stupid thing and regret. So, please, I'm sure that General Gawan is around. Please, find out where he is and call him to comment on this because he's been in it before. Experience is the best teacher. He fought a war that saw many Nigerian children, Biafran children, dying from useless death. Do you want to repeat that in Burkina and in Niger? Don't you learn a lesson? Don't you have the brain to learn from history?
And I'll conclude on this note because you're talking about the generation that's coming up. Resoundingly, if you speak to young people, if you speak to most of the Ghanaians, they are not in favor of this war. We are not in favor of an incursion into Niger in the manner being suggested by ECOWAS. And if you speak to people around the sub-region, the sentiments are the same. But unfortunately, our democratic leaders don't seem to be listening. What do we do?
What do you do? I'm not going to teach you how to suck an egg. I've done my bit. In 1978, I was part of the military hierarchy that removed General Champon from power. 0.5. They're all dead now. I'm the only one alive. All those involved. The Boache, the Kote, that Wellington, Akufo, and Medumi, and all those. And we removed him because we didn't want the military to be in power, to go back to barracks. We didn't remove him to get Acham for Akufo to become president. No. The moment we remove Achampon, we put in a program to return the power, the government to a civilian rule. No soldier wants to come and the soldiers in Burkina and so on. I don't think they love to come to power, but they are forced to do what they have done because we don't run our countries properly. Simple and short. I went to India 1975. I spent a year in India. I went to India again 10 years ago. India still has a problem, but they're making progress. We are not making any progress. The youth are going to look. Don't let us go into the youth. If we don't tackle their problems, you will never have peace. But then I'm telling you, I won't be here. My body will be here, but my alive, I won't be here. So let our leaders take advice and don't rush. Engage these young people, not only in Niger, in Burkina, in Mali, and whatnot, and talk them out of. Have a sane discussion with them. You yourself, to want to come to power, do the things that people want. You didn't let people to come to power to go hungry. I, as the chief of defense staff, and 2 times, not once, to buy kenke to eat, I have to grumble. How? So what about the Kofi blow? People are going out of their minds. That's what we should be looking at, both NDC and NPP. Otherwise, market on the wall. Not only military who do coup. When that's even more dangerous. When the young people get up, then you will see what is a revolution. So we should listen to them and seriously sit down and think. We don't come to power just to buy land cruisers and whatnot when people are hungry. We don't do that. They are asking for trouble.